a really big investigation that I want to tell you about. A couple of major beauty brands are facing an investigation overseas into how they market their products. So regulators in Italy want to know if Sephora and Benefit cosmetics target children and adolescents and whether the companies are encouraging a compulsive interest in anti-aging products in kids as young as 10 years old. So they're also looking into whether the widespread use of anti-aging creams and other treatments by minors might be harmful to their health. I think we've been seeing this trend a lot among young teens and young kids getting into skincare. So joining us now is Dr. Arleen Lamba. She is a physician and founder of Glow 30. Doctor, thank you so much for joining me tonight. So tell me, how real is this trend, and are kids actually overdoing skincare right now?
Well, when an investigation like that goes on, it is a very real thing. It's not even a trend, but it could be a public health issue. And we know that kids are doing a lot of skincare because we see, the Sephora Kids, the Sephora haul, and of course, the impact of social media on skincare videos that are really trending and really getting a lot of views. So we are definitely seeing that this trend has definitely taken a life form of its own.
When you look at the skincare, it's about retinols, it's treating acne. A lot of these children haven't even hit puberty yet. So when they're putting on skincare, what are they actually doing here? What is the minimum skincare a child actually needs?
Yeah, that's a great question. The kids basically get really attracted to these bright bottles, and when you walk into Sephora, you'll see that they're really look more like a candy store, like the skincare aisle sometimes,
Right.
and they do carry high retinol and niacinamide and a lot of ingredients for young skin that can be damaging. Young skin is permeable, which basically means it absorbs more than an adult skin does. So when you put a lotion or a serum on it, it's absorbing more than adult skin. So kids actually need less because they're not anti-aging. In fact, it's the best skin they're going to have in their life when they're young like that.
Hmm.
So they need a cleanser, a moisturizer to continue to protect their skin barrier, and of course, an SPF 30 to a 50 that they can apply and enjoy applying.
What are some of the ingredients that parents need to look out for and stay away from when they're thinking about skincare for their kids?
If your kid is under 12, that's when really things change. So if you're thinking you can't read or pronounce some of the ingredients, it's probably shouldn't be on your kid's skincare regimen. But ingredients like retinol or anything that says anti-aging has become a big trend in skincare that kids are reaching out for. And that's actually doing the opposite for them. Anti-aging ingredients for them are actually making their skin more prone to breakouts as an adult, inflaming their barrier, and so causing eczema and other issues. So they need to look out for ingredients, especially acids. A lot of acid videos trend where people
Hmm.
use glycolic acid, lactic acids, and what happens is that that just creates almost this bad cycle in their skin. So they really want to look out for the ingredients that we see very commonly in adult skincare, but it's
Hmm.
not really designed for kids.
And you kind of touched on this, but what are some of the long-term effects that could damage a child's face and on their skincare if they are using it so young?
Yeah, I think the one that, we touched upon irritations and we touched upon their barriers and we touched upon them maybe developing, inflammation. But the one that I really worry about that we don't really have the long-term effect on is if you're using things like peptides and growth factors on young skin like that in 20 years, are you disrupting their hormone system? Are you disrupting something that we're not noticing right now? I think the endocrine system. And I think that's the one that I would say that we won't even know that effect until years from now.
Hmm. You mentioned the bright bottles, and some of these companies, their packaging is just so luring for children with these bright colored bottles, and sometimes they've even seen these little pimple patches that are in like cute little
Yes.
shapes, and it's attractive to kids. But is social media also driving this behavior? You think about we're even playing one of these "Get Ready with Me" videos, and some of the skincare that I'm using tonight. How much is social media playing a role in this?
I think that's a question that I think about a lot because I myself have been in the industry for over 13 years. And I would say that I've seen such a tremendous change in the industry.
Hmm.
Insecurities and things we deal with in our skin always existed. social media has made an industry out of it. And so what they've basically done is that you have a insecurity, they give you a problem, and then they try to sell you a product based on that problem. So I feel that it has made the industry just boom, and therefore the packaging, the attraction. So it's not that it's a natural thing, like a kid is saying, I'm attracted to your brand. That can happen naturally. It's being sort of investigated now because it's saying that you're designing it to be attracting children to the brand. You're on purpose making products for this younger audience, as young as 5 to 7, coming into Sephora and making videos to attract that audience to purchase from you.
Yeah, it is. With social media being so prevalent among young kids and the fact that they're seeing these kinds of videos, a kid might tell their parent, I want to do skincare. Is there anything that is allowable that you as a physician would suggest?
Yeah, I think having a really conversation on when they say, I want to do skincare, is there something that in their skin that's bothering them? Or is it something that they're seeing someone else do, or are they doing it for creating videos? I think having a conversation is the first starting point. If someone has problematic skin or skin that's irritated, or you have a preteen, teenager acne, that's when you really like at Glow 30, we see a lot of young male athletes actually that come in, but they come into Glow 30 where they're supervised. There's a very structured a teenage program they go through. Certain products are used, certain are not used. So it is an education time. And that is actually very, very important. I don't think that skincare is something we can completely stop our kids from
Mm-hmm.
using because they are enjoying the process and
Mm-hmm.
it has become part of society. But I do feel we can educate them by saying, hey, like we're going to stay away from these top 5 ingredients. We're going to stay away from retinol because you don't need to anti-age. We're going to actually get you the best SPF that you love using and maybe a colorful bottle, something you ought love. You want to use a mask? Well, we're not going to use a mask that has like a glycolic or a
Mm-hmm.
lactic acid or exfoliate your skin. We're going to use something that's just going to protect your skin barrier. So it's not saying hard no's, but options that they can work with.
That's great advice. Before we go, doctor, tell us about Glow 30 because I understand that's one of your skincare line.
Yeah, so Glow 30 actually started as a skincare studio. We started in Washington, D.C., and currently we have multiple studios across the nation, over 125
Mm-hmm.
developing. And the concept was really fairly simple, though we started in an era where skincare wasn't as popular as it is now. We're the health club for your skin. You come into Glow 30 every 30 days, hence Glow 30,
Mm-hmm.
and we give you a very prescriptive program based on a membership and help you basically get your best skin. We're not designed to change the way you look, but to
Mm-hmm.
really make your skin the best, healthiest version it could be.
I think it's a great idea, especially as we are starting to transition from our winter to spring. And I know that there's a lot of skincare, at least for mine, that changes too.
Yeah, so all the times, every season, 30 days, your skin is in a different season. And also, like personally, even in the holidays, your skin is going to react differently based on what you're feeling. We actually use AI to help with that. We have an
Oh,
AI
okay.
base called Gloria,
Yeah.
where we'll scan your skin before every treatment and get actually data points on your skin, on your pigment, hydration levels, how your skin is doing, and then design the treatment in accordance to that data plan. And that really helps because we take into account like moisture levels, pollution levels to get those numbers together. So we
Wow.
really believe in using skincare and technology together. My favorite thing, and it's always used, is that if you can't measure it, you can't change it. And we're really trying to make skin health
Mm.
something that's not just spa or something that's just not relaxing or frou-frou things being put on your face, but actually giving you results without giving you inflammation or exposing you to too much stuff that you don't need.
It's science. All right, Dr. Arleen
Yeah.
Lamba. So great to meet you. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me.
Thank you, Natasha. I appreciate it.